As you can see behind me, I do not have enough projects. So today we're going to pick up another one. Because projects are like beer, you can never have just one. Or 20. So we got a full tank of gas in the old Chevy, a bit of Nickelback on the radio. This song matches the new project perfectly. Buddy, there's not much that beats a beautiful sunrise on the road. I got half a dozen pairs of sunglasses and none of them are where they're supposed to be. So the sun got me blinded and I can't see a thing. But I found a pair of the wife's sunglasses, so it was all good. Quick stop to Tim's for a coffee on the road. And just like that, 3 hours later, we made it. Gould rules, baby! What a difference 3 hours can do. Green grass in this way. We have arrived. Let's get in now and load this thing up. So the story I got here was this guy's brother was out on his ATV. He drove through some grass and moss kind of stuff, some boggy areas. Some of the moss and grass stuck to the muffler on his ATV. He went and put his ATV in the garage. The grass on the muffler caught on fire, which caught the ATV on fire, and in turn caught the entire garage on fire. So this old Yamaha I'm picking up here didn't catch on fire itself, but it was in the garage that caught on fire. So this overcooked snowmobile you're looking at right here is a 2004 Yamaha SX Venom with the 600 triple red head engine. And she got burned up pretty good. We're going to have our work cut out for us on this one, boys. He also has a screw-free rod and another bike that caught on fire in that garage.
The seat, the tank, the handlebar controls, and then the hood. I halved the hood after and threw it away. And wires freaking mint down her. Fella that owned her.
Oh, well, what am I getting into, boys? Now, although half of her is burned and missing, she's still pretty heavy.
All that needs behind her.
Boy, oh boy, what do I be getting myself into? Definitely needs a full wiring harness. I guess you can call me a sucker for punishment, eh? But I do like a good challenge every now and then, okay? Something a bit different than a carb cleaning. Homeward bound. See you back at the shop. The wife is very impressed, as you can see. So we made it back and it's not even dark yet. Now I'm going to get this thing unloaded and I got to put the plow back on the truck because it's coming for a bit of snow tomorrow. So let's rip this thing out of the truck and I'll come out tomorrow morning and we'll have a good look at what we just purchased. Make up a parts list and see what we got to get ordered. I've got a plan for this thing and I think that when it's done, it's going to be freaking sick. Well, boys, it's the next morning and we got all crispy here in the shop. Me and the wife were talking, we were trying to come up with a nickname for this little project. I was going to call it Bernie. We were thinking of some other names. And anyway, she come up with the name Crispy. So this is going to be Project Crispy. Now, although this thing looks very rough here right now, I'll pop up a few pictures here of what this thing used to look like before it got burnt. This thing was absolutely mint, like borderline showroom shape. It had only 2,000 kilometers on it, I'm told. I just love a good before and after. And here's the after. This crispy old, overcooked, melted sled is all mine. And believe it or not, I'm actually more excited over this one than any other machine that I currently own. We even got the toolkit and some spare spark plugs. I guess you could say she overheated. So yeah, this one is going to need a bit more than just a carb cleaning. But I do have a plan. And once this is done, this thing is going to be so sick. I'm actually pumped to get this thing running and to do with it what I want to do with it. So here's the plan. I'm going to get all this melted plastic off. We're going to assess all the stuff. We're going to look at the engine. I'm definitely going to need some parts, obviously, to get this thing running again. But we're going to tear it all apart, see what we got to get. So this project right here is going to go in about 3 different phases. Phase 1, this video right now that you're watching. We picked it up, we got it home. I got to assess all the damage and I got to see what parts I got to order. Phase 2, install whatever parts it needs to get running. Get it running, get it driving, make sure it works well, and then we're off to phase number 2. Phase number 3, which is mods. So my entire plan for this is not to put this back to original, because that's boring. You can just go out and buy one of these original things. What I'm gonna do with this old burnt sled is use this as a template to do something very cool in my eyes anyways. And I'm gonna tell you what that is gonna be right now. So for phase 3, picture this with pretty much everything stripped off, every bit of plastic stripped off. We got a chassis and an engine. Obviously the suspension, but everything else that we don't need, gone. Some nice big new triple pipes. No hood. We're probably gonna switch up this gearing with some lower gearing and a bigger lug track. And what I wanna create here is just a chassis, an engine. You'll see the big 3 triple pipes, and this is gonna be a wheelie monster. That's it. So let's get to work. I wonder if this battery's still good. Got 2 volts. Might still be good if it was charged. This goes to some sort of, I guess this is a relay. Well, this is a starter solenoid actually. Yeah. These are the ignition wires. My main harness is here. This thing's full of cherry iPhone oil, baby. Let's go. This bottle is still like completely full of oil. So this bottle never got damaged, clearly. Okay, there's no coolant in this bottle, so there's probably a coolant line that's bust open somewhere. Completely understandable. Alright, I'm gonna put all you guys on time lapse right now. I'm gonna tear into this, do a nice bit of disassembly here today. I gotta get a parts list and get some stuff ordered. So first thing I'm doing here is removing this big old muffler so I can get behind it and get it to pull cord assembly because the handle is completely melted. Next, I'm working on removing that old fuel tank and this big old air box. Once these bigger items are out of my way, I can really look at all the stuff underneath, all the fuel lines and whatnot. And then I'm just trying to sort out some of this wiring and get it all disconnected from the body. And take the reciprocating saw to some of them old plastics. I have definitely been busy. We got a lot off already. And honestly, the major components I don't think are hurt. The wiring harness is definitely cooked. I'm probably going to need a throttle cable and handlebar controls. And I bet you any money that this thing would fire right up. Also the CDI, I'll show you. I mean, it definitely took some heat. I don't know if it's damaged or not. Same thing over here. The wiring is pretty scorched, but the box looks all right. But that may all be very melted inside. I don't know. I had pull cord here. I just tied a little knot in it. I gotta put some gloves on. Everything is like scorched black. I got a handle here off of one of the old screws that I got just lying around. So I'm gonna put that handle on here now. Maybe we can check some compression before I sink a bit of money into this thing to make sure that that engine is really good. I'm told it is. I'm told there's only a couple thousand kilometers on it, but I don't know, right? Oh. She definitely feels like she got compression. That's for sure. Yeah, so what we're going to do here now, before I go ahead and order up a wiring harness and stuff, I'm going to make sure that this thing has compression, that the engine is healthy, I guess. It seems like the majority of the heat was over just about right here, but where the fuel tank and stuff. About where the fuel tank and stuff was too. So I'm pretty hopeful for this engine and that it's going to be good. My God, if I could stop dropping stuff down here, that'd be great. I keep saying that I need to get a bore scope. And I do. I still need to get one. Let's start off with this one. There's going to be a nice bit of pull on here. We got 3 cylinders, not 2. Oh yeah, pull cord right here. Yes, I know you're supposed to hold the throttle wide open, you know, whatever. I'm just getting a rough idea, okay? And we got 110, 20, 130. Excellent. Moving on to the middle cylinder. $130. And we're moving on to that last cylinder right now. I'm pumped, man, to get this thing going. This is going to be such a wicked good, nice project. You can't ask for no better than that. That's excellent. This engine, I'm going to call it good. So we're excellent on compression. All the carbs are here. They seem to be in good condition. All the fuel lines seem to be in really good condition, honestly. What's the chances do you think this thing got a spark? I say very, very low. But let's just try it. Let's just try it. If this thing got a spark, I'll spray some starter fluid down the carburetors. See if she'll fire up. I'm really not. I don't think she got sparked, but don't hurt to try though. No spark. Just as I expected. There's probably a couple of different reasons why. For one, the ignition is probably in the off position. So I wonder if I could get this apart. Where's my cutters, boys? I'm 100% definitely, I'm going to have to get a wiring harness here. All of these wires are all mumbo jumbo together. So all of these here go up to the handlebar controls right here. I wonder if I just cut all these off. Don't need none of that. So this would eliminate my kill switch if I cut all these wires off, I'm assuming. Just try to spread them all apart so they're not touching each other. Like I said, I don't know about that CDI and whatever that little box is over there is, but I'm gonna try this out, guys. Still no spark. Because I got two of these wires here I got to join together on the ignition. I don't know which ones it is, but I'm going to try to find out. Alright guys, I'm not kidding. I was just fooling around. I cut the ignition off and I just started joining the wires together one by one, see which combination would possibly give me spark. And you're not even going to believe this, boys. I got spark. So all these wires are here. These all go to my handlebar. These are like the kill switch and the hand and thumb warmers and all that old trash that we don't need. These wires, these four wires right here are for my ignition and electric start. So I started off with this wire. I just started touching them all together. I pulled it over, see if we got spark. When I joined these two up right here, I got spark. See that? Woohoo, baby! We got good compression. We have spark. I'm telling you, boys. I'm going to try to start this thing up. I'm going to keep these two wires here so that way I can just pull them apart if I need to. I won't have to because there's no fuel hooked up. But what I'm going to do is spray something into those carbs. I'm going to give her a good pluck. And we're going to see if this thing will start. I still can't drive it because I don't have any like throttle. I got no brakes. We're just going to try to start it. This is my choke. This is my throttle right here. I mean, it works. Alright, I got a little bit of mixed gas here in my water bottle. I'm going to squirt this into the carbs. I'm going to haul it over. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. I got to put the plugs back in her. Actually, I'm going to put some gas in the cylinder first. A little bit for you, a little bit for you, and a little bit for you. And I thought for sure that all this wiring was absolutely cooked. Even the CDI. I mean, I don't know. I can't believe it. There's no muffler on it, but that she should still start with no muffler. She might just be a little bit loud. Click, 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 and click, click. All torque to spec. Plug cap's going back on. I'm just going to open up my door just in case. I don't know if this thing catches on fire again. I got an easy exit. Let's give her a pluck. Yes! That is good enough for me. Man, I need a throttle and brakes. Oh, we got coolant flowing. I can hear it. Man, oh man. Woohoo, baby! Yes, let's go. Man, this thing will run, boys. No joke. It runs. You see that backfire? Man, oh man. I am hearing something down here arcing out. So down here, you know, shouldn't be a big surprise, I guess, but I'm hearing something arc out here somewhere. So I'm probably just gonna, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go through this wiring here, and whatever bare wires are like this, I'll tape them all up, and that should be good enough. That should stop stuff from arcing out at least. This right here is my ignition. So this is my on and off switch essentially. I'll have to get a switch rigged up for that. I need a throttle right here. And I need a brake master cylinder and a brake line. So I'm going to get to work. I'm going to find some parts. But don't worry, while I'm waiting on parts, I got lots of other stuff to work on. Like this, like that. I'm pretty sure I got all my parts for this old 670. So I can get this one put back together. And this thing right here, she's gonna be a certified ripper. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.